Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today I will be talking about my favorite NBA team, the Boston Celtics, and why they will win the NBA championship this year. Recently, the Celtics have played extremely well, and that's an understatement. Feels like ever since 2022 has started, losses are now rare for them. The interesting backstory behind this team is that they started the season off struggling, and they had the same number of losses as wins. And Celtics fans, including me, were very disappointed because the team was underperforming. Jaylen Brown actually tweeted that the energy is about to shift, and since then, the Celtics have not disappointed at all. Now, not only does their starting five have the number one net rating in the league, but also the Celtics have risen in the standings from looking like they weren't even going to make the play-in tournament to looking like they're going to have home court advantage in the playoffs. And they are now 2 wins away from being the number one seed in the Eastern Conference. Well, at least at the time I'm recording this video, the stats that I'm going to be mentioning are accurate as of March 25th, 2022. And in today's video, not only am I going to be discussing why they are a good team, but also why they will, in all caps, will win the NBA championship this year. Okay, guys, that was my old intro. I brought it back. I don't know if you guys remember it, but if you guys are new to the channel, this was my old intro. I hope you guys like it. I think I'm going to bring it back. I was listening to my old intros before, but I really like this one, so I'm going to bring it back for now. I might make a new one, but anyways, back to the video. So now there's a couple points I want to talk about here. My first one being the main player of this team, the leader, Jayson Tatum. Yeah, he's my favorite player, but I'm going to try to be unbiased here. He's a great leader to this team. I still remember people saying that the Celtics don't have a leader. That was their problem. Even Celtics fans, even me, I was worried after Kyrie left that we had no real leader. We had Kemba, Tatum, Jaylen Brown. There was just a lot of problems going on. And now he's 4th in the MVP ladder. He's had a bunch of 40-point games and even some 50-point games. He's first in scoring for total points. He's the highest plus-minus, which shows that he can do it all, and also how high his value is to this franchise. He's just played incredible throughout the entire season, and now he knows how to put up stats and win games. And while Tatum has attracted the attention of all NBA fans, some people are just not sold on him yet, and just him and the team in general. Fox Sports' Nick Wright claims that there are at least 17 players, guys. Nick Wright said that there's 17 players in the NBA better than JT. I'm sorry, but Donovan Mitchell, Ja Morant, they haven't even accomplished half the things Tatum has. And this is coming from someone who likes Mitchell and Ja. But in my opinion, they're in my top 10 for favorite players in the league right now. But still, just Tatum is at least a top 15 player in the NBA. And if we are talking about this season in particular, I mean, and not about achievements in general, then Tatum is top 5. And guys, I know Tatum's not MVP this year, but he is definitely a candidate. And like they all say, he's only 19. Next up, I'm going to be talking about Jaylen Brown. This guy's really stepped up. He's a big part of why the Celtics are doing good. I mean, you always have to have a second player who can step up. And when Jayson Tatum, it's either Jaylen Brown or Jayson Tatum for the scoring leaders each night for the Boston Celtics. I mean, both players are really good. In my opinion, Jaylen Brown should have been an all-star this year. I think he was snubbed. And he was the same person who sent out the tweet that the energy is about to shift. And it did. It sure did. The Celtics are playing really good right now. He kept his promise. He's a man of his word. Man, this is a fun team to watch. Jaylen Brown has really stepped up, and he's a great number 2 guy for the Boston Celtics. There have been a lot of other reasons why the Boston Celtics have started winning a lot more games, including Marcus Smart. He's a big reason. He's over the last few, he's been with us the longest out of anyone on the roster, and he's such an important player. I know the last few years, a lot of Celtics fans are like, maybe it's time to trade him or whatever, let him go to a new team. But man, he has a big role on this team. He's a really good defensive player. Yeah, he injured Steph Curry, but I'm just telling you guys, that was not intentional. Like, Marcus Smart is a dirty player. We can all admit that, and even Celtics fans can, but he was not trying to injure him there. But yeah, Marcus Smart is definitely in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year, as well as Robert Williams. And then the biggest reason, in my opinion, why the Boston Celtics are doing so well is because of the coaching. Brad Stevens, he led the Celtics to several Eastern Conference Finals appearances, but we were never able to manage to make it to the NBA Finals, which mainly was because of LeBron. As a Celtics fan, I mean, I like LeBron. He was a player I grew up watching, but that's besides the point. What I'm saying is that Ime Udoka, or however you pronounce his name, someone in the comment section, please let me know how to pronounce his name. But man, he's been really good since he's taken over as coach. I think at the beginning of the season, people were like criticizing him and all that, but man, he's in the coach of the year. He's a coach of the year candidate for this year. He's a great coach. I'm a believer in waiting. Like, if I was a GM, I would give it a few years. I would never fire a coach after their first year of coaching a team, because you want to see how the coach coaches under good players and bad players, and we're a good team, and he's really turned us into a good team. Not that we weren't a good team already, but let's see how he does during the playoffs. Let's see how we do during the playoffs. But I think this team is going to win the NBA Finals. Just like this tattoo says, Boston Celtics 2022 NBA champions. I think this team is really special, and out of any year, I know I say this, I've made a video like this before, but I think out of any year, we have a really strong chance at winning the NBA championship this year. But in the comment section, let me know who you guys think is going to win the NBA championship this year, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.